We have finally made it. It is New York Comic Con week. It is going to be my first New York Comic Con, so I'm super excited, but also kind of nervous because I am only going one day. I'm going Saturday, and I just want to go and make the most of it and see everything there is to see. So I just wanted to go over kind of the basic things that I go through, at least run through my head before I go to a convention. I've been to really small ones, and then I've been to the biggest, San Diego Comic Con. But for any convention, really, you still kind of go through the same process of things to consider. First of all, luckily, the weather is going to be great this week. Still not sure what top I'm going to wear. Still kind of back and forth. This is my favorite Ragnarok shirt, but I did wear this to San Diego Convention, to San Diego Comic Con, but we'll see. I'm still debating on the outfit. But obviously the biggest thing that New York Comic Con has been stressing is activating your badge. I don't see how anyone could forget to do that, but it's also, I'm sure it happens all the time, and people show up and try to scan in their badges and it doesn't beep. And then, you know, your bag, whatever it is that you're going to bring, supplies, anything that you're going to need in there. I'm pretty low in maintenance when I'm at a convention. I tend to be on convention mode and not have to really eat a lot, even though I should, but not have to eat a lot, rest a lot. I bring a phone charger, but my phone does pretty well throughout the day. And of course I bring like a Sharpie just in case, autograph wise. In this case, I am bringing some things that I would like to get signed by the artist or the writer, so I'll be packing that with me, but other than that, very minimal, so that I have room for anything that I do buy and anything that I do pick up there. I'll have room to carry home with me. But the next big thing, obviously, is your panels. Your timing is everything. You want to try and see everything, especially if you're only going to be there one day like me, and it's my first time being at this convention. So I am not stressing, but I'm, obviously highlighting how important it is to time out your day. There's panels I want to see, but there's also lots of exhibits on the floor that I want to check out. At the same time, the way that they have their convention center laid out, it's not all in one place. It's close enough, but they are having panels at the Hulu Theater that's at Madison Square Garden, and it's like 3 or 4 blocks away, which is crazy to think. I mean, in San Diego, I don't want to do so many comparisons between the two, but in San Diego, yeah, it's spread out all over the Gaslamp now, but not for panels. At the most, there's discussions or, things going on at the San Diego Library, which is a few blocks away. But in this case, if I want to be at the main stage at 11 a.m. for the Hellboy panel, which I do, and then I think it's at 12 or 12:30, something that's really close by. It's right after it. It's at the Hulu Theater, and that's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I did see the panel already at Hall H in San Diego, but I want to go at least check out a panel being held in the Madison Square Garden, so it's pretty awesome. But I kind of have to book it, and I don't know how the line's going to be. I definitely don't know how the lines are going to be stacked up here, how crazy it gets, because each convention differs. And yeah, I mean, if I get into it, that'd be awesome. If I don't, it's understandable, and it's kind of the expectation that I already have. Going into convention, you have to know that you're not always going to get everything or get into everything. So I'm gonna play with time and see how lines go. Another big thing though that plays into that is, again, the way their convention center is set up. I don't know the layout all that well. I'm trying to learn the map as well as I can, but the Javits Center, their convention center is like 4 stories, and so the first level, it's sectioned off into autograph area, into photo ops, and then there's a queuing hall, which is where they're gonna have sorted out lines for different panels. I assume those lines are for the smaller panel rooms and like a level or 2 above it. I don't think they'd queue lines there for Madison Square Garden. I think it's a big enough place over there to hold their own lines and not have to like shuttle or have to move a line from their convention center all the way down to Madison Square Garden. So I think it's just for the panel rooms in the convention center, which later I do want to see the Ghost Adventures, celebrating 10 years of Ghost Adventures panel. They never go to San Diego Comic Con or even WonderCon or LA Comic Con, so I'm really excited to go see those guys. But they are in a smaller panel room, so I'm just gonna have to figure out or ask and find the line for that specific room and see if it's in like a queuing hall or if I just stand outside the room. Like smaller rooms require a smaller area and not so intense of a line management, so I had to figure that out. The New York Comic Con app is really cool. So the app here has your schedule where you can go and just run through all the panels and pick out what exactly that you want to see or that you're interested in, and it saves it to your schedule, and you can have a whole list on a page of the different panels that you want to check out. Again, there are also options to see all the guests and artists that are going to be there, and you can look them up by name, and it shows them their photos as well. There's information on Anime Expo, the show floor. This is where you're going to see all the exhibitors and the different companies that are going to be there. Lots of artists. Maps where you can see Artist Alley, the show floor. There's a Marvel there, and Rooster Teeth, they have a big booth. In the Q Hall, where they're going to be lining up people for panels. So yeah, it's super, super helpful. It's really nice to just go back and be able to see your own schedule of panels that you are interested in. I like to, when I read through all the different panels of that day, I'd like to overbook myself, just because if I don't get into one, I have options or I have backup, and let's say that I made a specific amount of time to be able to walk around the exhibit hall, and I get done really quickly and I, kind of get bored of the exhibit hall, then I can look back at my list and say, oh, here's a panel that I did, seem a little interested in, so I'm gonna go sit in that panel and enjoy it, because panels can be really relaxing and really fun. Even if you're, hardly interested in the topic. I've gone to panels in the past where I, didn't know what was going on, but I was cracking up and I was involved in it, and the panel turned out to be really fun. So it's always great to go and check out panels, even if you have the slightest to none to no interest in it. Go and check it out. So it's nice to overbook yourself and be able to have backup and a variety, your options of things to go and check out if if timing for walking around changes, your schedule changes, because things will. You won't get into that, you won't get into this, you don't get to see that. So, go check other things out and find new things. Another important thing to me, obviously, is merch and exclusives and collectors items, things you want to pick up is huge. It's really easy to stay connected with artists that you follow and artists that you like on Twitter or Instagram. I mean, I usually find Twitter to be easier because they can update like instantly. So I follow a lot of the artists that I like on Twitter, and a good amount of them are going to be at New York Comic Con, so they have been tweeting, hey, this is dropping at New York Comic Con, we're dropping this merch and dropping this art, and these are going to be available that weekend for the first time, and then on sale online later. So I've made a list of the artists that I want to go hopefully see in Artist Alley and get things signed, plus they're dropping artwork and pins and patches, stuff like that, so I want to pick those things up. And then obviously you want to get those things out of the way early, like whatever time you're going to be in the exhibit hall, you want to go and check those things out. But at the same time, I also just love to zigzag back and forth through the aisles. I will, from time to time, go directly to the artist and then zigzag. But other times, if I know if it's not an exclusive, they don't have exclusive items, they're going to run out instantly. They're just things that I would pick up, but they're later going to be available in store. Then I, like to keep things in chronological order, and I would just start from the very beginning. It usually starts with the Artist Alley or something, and zigzag my way all the way through all of the halls, and I will eventually, over time, hit the big exhibits like Marvel. Eventually, then you're gonna hit any of the companies or artists that you're actually looking forward to, and you can pick up all of the merch that you've been looking forward to from them. I'm going to be filming a lot of it, hopefully filming everything, filming myself as well, talking. Hopefully that's going to be even more people to try and film myself talking around, but I definitely plan to vlog the whole day and try to make the most of the experience there. I know I'll be back again, but this is the one day. I mean, I've always wanted to come to New York Comic Con, so this is huge. It's like the second biggest comic convention in the country, and I've always seen such great things from it. I'm so excited to see great cosplay. It's the best watching all the cosplayers walk around at conventions. And I'm excited for some great panels, to see Ghost Adventures, and to pick up a bunch of merch that I'm looking forward to get. So everything literally I just said was in one breath. But those are the basic things I consider, the weather, as boring as that sounds, the weather is huge and it's very important to what you're going to wear, what things you're going to bring with you, your timing for panels, for exhibit hall floor time. My biggest issue is going to be, again, learning the maps and knowing exactly where to go to line up for certain panels. I'm bummed that I'm not cosplaying, but at the same time, because it's my first time going to this convention, it would just be super overwhelming to go in a cosplay and try to look after the cosplay and, you know, possibly stop to take pictures, but also trying to take in the whole convention in one day. It would have been really overwhelming. So I'm glad to just go in my normal nerdy clothes and experience it on my own, take it all in, all of the scenery, because I'll be in a new convention in a new city, but all the same geeky goodness that we all love. So if any of you guys are going, I hope to see you there. And if you're not, I will be constantly updating on Instagram and Twitter, and eventually probably next week, and look forward to a New York Comic Con vlog video. So I hope you guys are excited to see some new content coming out of the weekend. I definitely am. If we get a trailer for Hellboy or even stills, I will be super excited. So that's kind of my rundown for New York Comic Con prep. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys look forward to more content. Bye.